This is the fly for today's video, and it's called a creamsicle, and this one really was working good for me down in the south last spring. So this is a slight variation of the creamsicle. You got two colors of maribou, one of which is a fluorescent creamsicle color, just some gold Estaz. There's a gold flash collar along with a tan saddle hackle fiber. And this one is kind of a variation on the creamsicle because the ones I was using had like a dub black collar on them, and so this is just a synthetic dubbing collar. And the fly, the original fly, uses a kind of a cream colored bead. I've kind of switched it to a mocha color bead. I don't think it really matters, but this is how we tie this fly. Tying up a creamsicle. So we got a streamer, so we have a streamer hook in the vise, and we already got the bead on it. So here's how we get going. We're going to start the thread, trim it, piece of lead-free wire, and that's going to go in that gap on the bead. Tie that down tight, and we're just going to twirl it till it breaks, and we'll just tie the rest of that down. Okay, bringing the thread to the back. So this one rides hook point up, so you're kind of tying the colors upside down. So first we got a tan maribou feather, and we're going to make that about like that, so it's just a little bit longer than the hook shank. Pinch method. And we'll get a couple of good tight turns in. And I'm going to cut that so it's right behind where we put that lead-free wire. Just going to fill all that in. Next we got our creamsicle colored maribou. Do the same thing, we'll measure it up. That tied in. And we're going to trim that the same way. And we'll get all of that bound down. And come back. Just get that one out of there. Okay, next piece is some gold tinsel chenille, or Estaz, or whatever you want to call it. That in. And bring that down. And tie that off. Trim that. Okay, so There's a couple ways the collar parts are tied, and I'm going to do it in the way that makes sense to me. So I'm going to do a little dubbing loop, and we'll get that a little lax. Get the tool on it. And I'm going to take some gold ice dub, take a pinch of that, that up, another pinch, and just keep doing that till I fill that dubbing loop up. And that's about enough. So I'm just going to spin that. Take the brush, brush my fibers out. And where I got really long ones, I'm gonna just come up through and trim those. Just hit that with the brush. And trim the long ones. And that looks pretty good, so I'm gonna wrap that in. So you end up with a collar. Tie that off and trim it. And final step, I'm just going to take a tan saddle hackle. And we'll get that right this time. And we're just going to wind that in. And that's about enough. Don't want it too thick. And I'm just going to pull those fibers back. That all bound down nice. Last step I'm just going to do, and the original fly doesn't have this on it, but the ones I was buying down south did have this, and I kind of like it, so I'm going to add it. Just a little bit of a black steelhead dubbing. It's got a little bit of flash in it, and we're just going to make a nice tight collar with that. So we'll get it started, tighten it up. And I'm just going to whip finish. Trim that. And just a little head cement. And that's a creamsicle, and it's a really neat fly, and it works very, very well. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel, because we're trying to build this. It's slowly but steadily building, but I'd like to see it growing a little bit more rapidly, especially on the subscribers. And give us a like, share the video with your friends that fly fish and tie flies, and all of those good things. If you have any comments, please send them. I get back to everybody, and thanks for watching.